I, 25F, have doubts about moving to another country to live with my boyfriend, 29M. I might delete the post later. TLR. I am moving to another country for my boyfriend. We have similar views on things, but I don't get his jokes, afraid to leave my own country, and don't find my boyfriend attractive. Any advice or thoughts? I met my boyfriend online 6 years ago and now we have been dating long distance for over 2 years. We in total spend around 3 months together. We didn't have many problems for the first 5 years of our relationship, but last half a year we hit a bit of a bump, and for this half year I have been doubting if we should stay together because I'm supposed to be moving to his country, Netherlands, next month after graduating college, and it is scaring me. I didn't told him yet, because a half year ago we talked about it and he said to me that it's okay to be scared but to not doubt about moving. I kinda feel like doubting it is sabotaging the relationship, but there also are other problems on why I think moving to another country is a bad decision. We have similar views on politics, going out, and generally like similar things, but our background is very different. We both come from different religious and cultural households. He came from a Muslim household and I came from a Christian. We both are atheists, so it doesn't bother us for now, but I am low-key afraid of other people's judgment from my country and his relatives. Not to mention that I would need to learn 2 new languages. One is to live in the Netherlands, and second, if I want to communicate with his parents, because in 30 years they haven't learned Dutch properly yet. His country has a higher economy than mine, but he also has a huge housing crisis. Therefore we will need to live with his parents for a while until we can rent a place. The problem is his mom. She doesn't like me, and neither do I like her. She agreed to let me stay with them, but I can't communicate with her because of the language barrier, and she is obsessed with cleaning, to the point she has problems with people cooking in the kitchen cause they will make a mess, and she also complains a lot about other things. I worry that I will not be able to find a job that I wouldn't hate. I haven't learned Dutch yet, and the college diploma that I have won't be that useful until I learn Dutch. I don't understand his jokes sometimes and it upsets him. He said he even stopped making dirty jokes and jokes in general because of me. He also said that he feels like he is losing his spark. He was a very optimistic and talkative person before, but in the past half a year he has been not as talkative anymore and not as happy too, I guess? I don't find him attractive. I mean, I still think he is okay looking, but he isn't exactly a physically attractive person. He has some extra weight on. The fact that I don't find him attractive upsets me because I always thought that you are supposed to find your partner attractive. On the upside, his good personality makes up for it. We are moving to his country while it does have a higher economy, but he doesn't have a good relationship with his parents. I do, and he isn't that close to his friends, but I am. So I'm leaving all the people just for him. Also my parents are getting older, so I don't know if it's a good idea to leave them in case they will need help. And also again, insane housing crisis where it's hard to find a place to rent, let alone for a decent price. In my country, just choose a place and move in. But mostly it just upsets me that I won't be able to see my friends and family that often anymore. His health problems worry me. He has sleeping problems, so he is constantly sleeping deprived. And I'm afraid that in the future I will have a hard time because of it. Now, I don't know what to do. I could break up with my boyfriends or I could move to another country and see how it goes. Any advice or thoughts? Edit. Thank you for all the comments. While all of you make great points, I still haven't decided what I want to, so I will most likely make an update post in a month or 2. Also, while I don't find my partner physically attractive, I realized that I find him attractive as a person because I am clingy to him. And some of you pointed out that I didn't mention any upsides of my BF, and that's probably there were a lot of one-sided answers. Here are a few of the things I like about my BF. He is cute, deeply cares about me, brings me snacks when I didn't even ask, is optimistic, he makes me smile, is extremely smart, and has the superpower of reading people so he knows when I am upset and trying to hide it. We 100% trust each other. He loves to cook. While I hate it, he makes me try to be a better person, and lastly, he is great at communicating problems, so we never actually fight about things or yell at each other. Just communicate our feelings and try to find a compromise. Seriously. You don't even find him attractive. Of course you don't move. He deserves more and so do you. Don't do it. Listen to your gut. You're going to be miserable and resentful. 2 years together, but spent 3 months together. Hell no. I wouldn't move in with my boyfriend across the street if we only spend 3 months in close proximity, let alone switch countries. If you want to move to the Netherlands, do it on your own. Get a job, Get your own place, and if you want to keep dating, keep dating. No laws against it. However, in your entire post you do not mention one nice thing about him, so let that sink in. It looks like moving has drawn attention to a lot of reasons why you shouldn't be with him. Staying with him is doing yourself and him a disservice. He deserves someone who is attracted to him, and you deserve to be attracted to your partner. This is a disaster waiting to happen, and you are leaving your support network behind. I was in a similar boat where I was going to move for my ex. Then I actually sat and thought about it. Compounded by the problems and red flags in the relationship, I made the decision to end the relationship. Coming to the realization that moving for my ex would have made me a bitter, lonely person, and that I probably won't have her emotional support during the transition really hurt. I followed my gut and decided to end both for me and for her. I knew I wasn't going to be happy moving, and she deserved better and someone closer for herself. 25M. My girlfriend, 24F, of 5 years has been sleeping with her neighbor, 36M. Too long did not read. 25M. My girlfriend, 24F, has been sleeping with her neighbor, 36M. And I am spiraling out of control due to my reality instantly morphing into a nightmare. After months of being called psycho, crazy, controlling, paranoid, etc., I finally caught my girlfriend cheating on me 2 nights ago. I drove over to her house, and as I was pulling up she was stepping out of the neighbor's house. The neighbor, Luigi, 36M, comes outside and explains to me that he was told by my girlfriend, Elizabeth, 24F, that we were broken up and had been for a long time. My now ex-girlfriend then comes outside and starts telling me it's not cheating because we have been over for a while and yada yada. I guess she forgot to tell me. I am thoroughly disgusted for a few reasons. 1. It's now evident that she had sex with him and me on the same night, several nights a week, for over a year straight. She would fuck him and then come over and kiss me on the mouth and cuddle in my bed. 4. Over a year straight. The age difference is also extremely disgusting to me. 2. This woman truly was the love of my life. I lived and breathed the sustenance from this woman. If she was here, I was warm. If she was gone, I was cold. I viewed her as the most decedent goddess ever to grace the earth. And I made sure to treat her like it every single day. She would constantly thank me for treating her so well. I can't wrap my mind around how she could knowingly hurt me so deeply. I can't wrap my mind around the fact that another man was defiling my goddess each and every night, while I was being made a fool. 3. I'm just plain embarrassed. Whenever I would hear stories of people cheating, I would shudder. I had always viewed getting cheated on as a terminal disease, impossible to ever rid yourself from. I now understand that I was right. Everybody looks at you like all you are is the guy whose bitch got fucked. 4. She could not have possibly loved me. She knew what kind of irreversible damage this would have on my psyche. She is an incredibly smart person. She weighed the pros and the cons and came to the conclusion that enjoying another man's penis was worth the damage it would cause me for the rest of my life. She could not have possibly loved me. 5. She was the only person I had in my life. I have no deep connections with my family. I have no close friendships. I have no social clubs or internet groups. I do not even feel legitimate love for any other single person on the planet except for her. All I want to do is run to her and feel her warmth and tell her how badly I've been mangled. But she is the one who caused it. The loneliness I am experiencing literally has manifested itself as a permanent weight on my chest. I am actually going insane. 6. I haven't heard from her since I busted them. She hasn't reached out even once to explain herself or offer any clarity, or to say sorry, or even to say goodbye. One day I was head over heels in love, and the next day I am in the pits of hell. The whiplash is insane. I just want her to talk to me. When I walk past the mirror, or catch a reflection of myself on my phone screen, I absolutely fall apart. When I scroll through my camera roll and see my girlfriend, I begin to sob like a baby. How could that perfect face be so cruel? I can't bring myself to delete any of her pictures because it feels like I'm killing her. It's like I'm killing that moment that was preserved on camera and I'll never get it back. This is made even more significant by the fact that I don't think she will ever reach out to me again. I will never see her again. The final time I ever got to see the love of my life, she was in another man's oversized sweater, running into his house. The image is forever seared into my brain. The day prior to this we were laughing and cuddling and having sex like everything was fine. The whiplash is insane. I do not know where to go from here. I can accept that she's gone, but it's so hard because I don't have a shoulder to cry on. All I want to do is fall into a woman's warm chest and cry my heart out. My pillow will have to suffice. This post only begins to scratch the surface of all the different dimensions of pain I am feeling. I have no clue what my next steps will be because I truly feel dead inside. I truly wish I could go to sleep tonight and not wake up. Thank you for reading. It makes me feel better that someone knows how deeply I'm suffering. Please guys, show me some love or recommend me a group I can talk to about this or something. Think of it this way. You threw her out of your life. You proved that you were right all along. You exposed her for the piece of garbage she is. If they are together, that means you fucked his girl for a year. She doesn't know the meaning of love if she was opening her legs to two guys at the same time for a full year. You will find better. She will continue to a broken cheap cheater. She should be ashamed of her brokenness and probably will after the anger of being exposed like that disappears. It's a lot harder to be walked on when you're standing up. Consider it a bullet dodged, not lost love. Now you're no longer bound to a liar and a cheater. Enjoy your newfound freedom. You need a therapist. You sound like you were in a terrible relationship with a terrible person and you put all your eggs in her basket. You dodged a bullet. You are 25, single with no kids, child support or alimony. Get in the gym. Get into therapy and get over her. You beat cancer. Act like it, thumbs up. Dude. According to her reaction, she was over you a year or more ago. I can't believe you had no clue something was up. Had she tried breaking up with you before? Whatever the case, she has nothing but disdain for you, and hasn't for some time. She has no remorse or guilt, and claims you guys were broken up for a while. Yet you had no clue? Something doesn't add up here. That's right. Feel and let it all out. After you can't cry anymore, no, she wasn't the love of your life because someone would have never betrayed you like that. 30M. Can't decide if I should stay with my girlfriend, 27F, of 10 years. Hi. Too long, did not read. 30M. Can't decide whether I should break up with my girlfriend, 27F, of 10 years, or should I commit to it, and settle down. Anonymous account for privacy. I'll try to be concise, but still it will be long, sorry. When we started this relationship, we both wanted this relationship so hard we just got together, without falling in love for each other. I know this is a problem. So we didn't have any honeymoon phase. Context. I was a young boy who was always rejected and had zero success with girls. She is my first girlfriend. The 10 years of our relationship contained multiple, shorter, longer, breakups, around 2-3 maybe, and all was in the first 5 years. And a lot of changes in both of our lives. First I got into university. We met in weekends. Then she as well, same city. And eventually 5 years ago we moved in together in the last year of my university years. We lived together for 5 years. We don't have issues with living together, we get along comfortably. She does 80% of the housework, shopping, cooking, washing, cleaning. I do the rest ad hoc, and open to do more in the future. We are a lower middle class couple with savings and stable jobs. What is nice with her? She is kind, caring, supportive, loyal, can cook good meals, and she accepts me. What is not nice with her? She is lactose intolerant. It affects me too in our food choices. I don't like her family. She doesn't improve herself in her profession. She is introverted and reserved with very small social circle, and I expect more social life from her. She is good like this and she rarely goes out from home, and I think she should. And this is a source of conflict when I want to go out without her. What is not nice in the relationship? I honestly cannot decide if I ever loved her with pure love. I never had the butterflies in my stomach. Sure, we got used to each other over the years and I am emotionally attached to her. But I rarely miss her when she isn't home, and I'm not really interested in her. I also don't see her attractive. I'm not sure if I respect her enough, and our sexual life was never as good as I wanted. I often feel like I don't want to leisure activity time with her. The main deal-breaker that I see is, I was always interested in and fantasized about how it would be with other girls. Getting to know them, try sex, hang out, etc. This demand of mine exists for many years, and was the source of previous breakup attempts, but I could never stick to it. One of the reasons for this need of mine is that I would really want benchmark experiences to be able to evaluate that a relationship is good enough, or not, but I obviously cannot do it without leaving her. My biggest concern is that I'm scared that I would become very lonely. I don't really have friends, so she is mostly the only person I seriously have in my life. Would have to do everything on my own, and that I wouldn't be able to find another woman who is at least as good as she is to me, because she is quite good with me. I have a lack of self-confidence, based on evidence from my early ages, when it comes to girls, and I find it very difficult to let go this acceptable relationship for the hope of a better one. My feelings are quite shallow in general for many years, and I don't know if it is because I am like this, or I have a problem with feelings, or it's just that I'm not romantically connected to her. I don't want to make the biggest mistake of my life by finding out in the end that the problem is me and I left a great partner. I really want to experience love, happiness, satisfaction. So we have some fixable problems. I can't make a commitment, marriage, kids, etc. because of the lack of my feelings that would ensure me and motivate me to settle down. She won't accept an open relationship or a break. We live together, nowhere to go temporarily, so nothing like that. I have to make this big decision, and I have to do it really soon, like in the next 24 hours. This is the most important decision of my life so far. Should I stay with her and work harder on the relationship and my feelings, or move on? Break up and get therapy. You do not deserve her. Go out there and see how girls are now with modern dating. Just let her go find someone better. You are a potential cheater. Go get your greener pastures. You are so lame, my dude. Be single. Women aren't hamburgers, you can't order one to your specifications. You want the fantasy, so go after sex workers who can play a part for a short time. If I'm being honest, it sounds like you need to end things. The fact that you are actively trying to find faults in your relationship and in her is pretty toxic and a sign that this is not a good partnership. In particular, the fact that after 10 years you take issue with a health condition and with her being introverted shows that you really don't care about her as a person and care more about yourself. My girlfriend, 25F, can't hold a job, 26M. How do I navigate sensitively? My girlfriend and I have been together for nearly 2 years. I think she's an amazing human being. Since very early on, we've had numerous conversations about marriage, and in recent months I've even discussed the matter with her parents. Everything seemed to be progressing smoothly, except for the fact that she struggles with stable employment. Despite my love for her, I am hesitant to commit to marriage until I see her thriving in her career. A little over a month ago, she decided to leave corporate America. I personally feel like she takes constructive criticism too harshly, and I've noticed a trend of it. For context, she was laid off from one job January 2022. Not her fault, left another in March because of a rude boss, and then left another right around November. Was late to Zoom meetings due to sleeping on the clock. All day roles. She also talks about how little impact day departments make, which is sort of obvious to me. My thing is, at the end of the day, a job is a job, as long as you aren't flat out miserable. Figure out ways, methods to make more of an impact if that's what you desire. But don't derail our plans, goals by quitting without another job lined up. And then, put more pressure on me to make these things happen, a ring and a home. Now, she's back in school studying a trade, specifically aesthetics and skincare. This is something that she's always been passionate about, despite recognizing its saturation. It's encouraging to see her pursuing something she loves. I love seeing her face light up when she talks about skincare. But realistically, the chances of her becoming this booming 100K plus earning esthetician that she wants to be seems unrealistic. She's one of the only people I've ever encountered that's more introverted than I am. And I have yet to really see her display work ethic outside of her acing the quizzes, exams in her current program. A teacher of hers told her herself that only 5 out of 20 people in her cohort, she attended the same school, continue to work in aesthetics, skincare today. Since quitting her job to go back to school, I feel like she's been putting more pressure on me for an engagement ring. From my perspective, it takes at least 2 years to genuinely get to know someone. I'm also her first serious partner, and something I feel like her expectations are a bit unrealistic. And sometimes her decision-making often seems driven more by emotion than logical reasoning. For instance, she admitted to regretting how she handled her exit from her previous job, a decision I had cautioned her against. I don't mind being the higher earner, but I'm not comfortable with the idea of a single-income household. It places an excessive amount of pressure on me. Our economic situation further fuels my worries. We're currently living in a challenging time, recession, and I'm witnessing tech layoffs, which is particularly concerning since I work in tech. This is all a tricky situation. If anyone could provide some insight. Thank you. Let her explore this. It might be saturated, but skill always rises to the top. And if she has a passion for it, that's a bonus. If she bails on this when it gets difficult, you'll have more ground to stand on when pumping the brakes or jumping ship. If she thrives, that's great for both of you. I hate people. And when people talk to me. But I own my own business making sales, cold calling and maintaining accounts. I wouldn't marry her. She will continue doing that if she knows she has a provider. Communicate these worries with her. It's understandable that you do not want to take that leap when some form of financial stability is not present, and if she's mature enough, she'll understand that. Her life plan is for you to pay for her. That's what is actually happening under all this. She's just farting around and passing time because ultimately she plans on a man paying her bills. Don't let her be dependent on you, she needs to figure out life herself.